back to another episode of the Dumpster Diaries Podcast. I'm Moses Wartooth. This is Justin Allen, and today we have Colton Carroway, who's the owner and operator of Rise and Shine Canine Dog Training. But before we get started on that, please buy another fucking card game.
Boom. I didn't mean to cut you off, man, but I just want to say, boom, dude, that shit is gold, man.
Yeah.
Like, they need to buy that shit, dude.
If you don't, you're an idiot.
Yeah, if you don't buy it, then fuck you. That's all I gotta say.
The link will be in the description.
It's great, man. It's like Cards Against Humanity, but on steroids is the best way to describe it, man. Like, it really is, and the creator of it, Trevor, he put a lot of time, put 4.5 years of effort into writing all those jokes.
Yeah, there's over 650 cards.
Dude, yeah. And, like, so we are really trying to, like, help them out and, like, sell that stuff, man. So check out the description below. There's a link in there to buy that, dude. Plug it, man.
It's a product we believe in.
Yeah, absolutely. But, dude, let's get into brass tacks, dude.
Yeah.
Colton, man, dude. It's been a long time, brother. Yeah. So the people listening, man, they don't know, dude. So Colton and I have known each other for...
You're about to.
So Colton and I have known each other for, what, over 20 years now? Jesus, that fucking time flies.
Doesn't feel good.
Really ages you guys.
But dude, brother, man, you have been up to some interesting shit in your life, man. Like, I don't even know where to start. Let's first start with your business, man. So what do you do for a living? Rise and Shine Canine.
Rise and Shine Canine. I'm a dog trainer, mostly train pets. I just train the dogs, or I do private lessons and I train the humans to train their own dogs.
Oh, yeah. So when you say training, are you talking about like normal, like just like potty training, or are you talking about like canine?
Well, so I've done it all kind of at this point. I've done service dogs, cop, police dogs.
So you've actually trained canines that you've sold to police departments.
In Nacogdoches, I used to work for the police, the head of police, who also was a police dog trainer.
No shit.
I did that for like a year. I was always the guy in the suit getting murdered.
So you were literally the guy like in that like carpet suit,
like,
you just running around like.
Yeah.
Dude, does it hurt when you get bit?
It does really hurt. I can show you guys photos of just fucking. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen those and I was like, there's no way that dude is not getting hurt.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Jesus
Through
Christ.
the suit for sure, but yeah.
And you did that a lot, I'm assuming.
I did a lot for a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like we used to skate. It was like the replacement of like it was like almost like a healthy version of self-harm when you eat shit on a skateboard. So it was like that for me. It was like my physical thing that I did.
Like an adrenaline rush?
Yeah, that too. I got that out of it too.
So to give a little bit of background, so Colton and I actually grew up together, and we skated at the same skate park growing up, and we're sponsored by the same skate park, Hold 9 Yards. And so that's where Colton and I know. So, like, this episode is going to go into skateboarding a little bit. So if you don't like that, then fuck off. But anyway, man. Yeah. Back to the canines, man. So how did you get into it, man?
So
like, what hit you where you were like, you know what, I'm going to train dogs?
I was living in Austin. It's been so long you don't know these things.
Yeah.
I had a Doberman, and then the dog ended up dying, and then I was still living in Austin. Didn't get a dog for so I wanted a dog, and I was in a roommate situation where I couldn't have a dog after the dog had died. So I was like, maybe I could get like a dog job. And then I started working at like doggy daycares. Yeah. And it just spiraled.
Really?
I've been doing it for like a decade,
Yeah.
And
but you're pretty good at it, man. I've seen your videos, like, it's fucking
I
wild, dude. Like, I'm like, holy
I'm
shit.
pretty fucking good at it.
Yeah. I'm like, I see some of these dogs being trained. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then, like, I was talking to Colton before we started the podcast, man. Like, I just got a German Shepherd puppy. She was a few months old, like, from a shelter.
Dog.
Yeah, she's got some behavioral issues.
And you might learn something.
Yeah, chewing up furniture and stuff like that. So, like, you know, what are the biggest, I guess, because I really want to focus on like, your business and what you do, man. Okay. What are the biggest issues you see with dogs? Like, what are the biggest problems?
Your problem. Literally your problem. So it's always fear reactivity.
Now, where does that come from? Because I've never hit my dog. I've never abused my dog.
No, I know. And everybody think and
she's
so it's
skittish.
either this. it's either like your situation, like what did I do? I got this dog as a puppy, or it's people that get a dog from a rescue or a shelter.
Which is what I did.
I'm not hating on that at all.
Yeah.
But you don't know
Support
the
the
dog's
rescues.
past. And it's usually the people that get it from a shelter or rescue, there's usually a sob story put on the dog by the shelter or the rescue.
Yes, which is what happened to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. A home.
Now, granted, I got lucky. I got a German Shepherd as a young puppy. She was only a couple of months old, but like still, like I could tell as soon as I brought her home, like there was issues. And I don't know what kind of household she came from or what the parents went through.
It obviously wasn't a very good one.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
9 times out of 10, it's genetic. So, the past 10, 20, 30 years, people have been breeding dogs that they're not focused on the temperament. They're focused on the color, or this or that.
Physical characteristics.
Yeah, versus temperament. And so like I did a lot of dog sports that were focused on tasks.
Yeah.
And then you have people that do show, right?
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So the people that do show are focused on color and look, and they're not breeding for temperament.
Mm-hmm.
So it's resulted in this huge plethora of like genetically fearful dogs. It is just
really.
So I mean, like you take one nice dog and then you take one dog that has fearful issues. Of course, like half of those puppies are gonna.
Because I thought I was just doing
it's
something
just like
wrong, man.
No,
like you know.
No. Everybody thinks that, and I go through a lot of guilt with people during private lessons. Like they feel guilty, or like until I explain this.
Yeah. So you're saying fear can actually be genetic?
100%. It's almost like the type of dog they are. Like it just gets passed down. It's their temperament.
Yeah.
So is there a way to break that cycle? Like say you have 2 dogs and you've raised them from puppies and they're both good. As far as like they're not skittish, they're not scared, they're friendly, they like people, and then they have a litter of pups. What are the is there a probability that some of those are gonna inherit those traits from like
like if
past
you
generation?
quote unquote fix the dogs? Like if you quote unquote did the training that I
yes, correct.
And then you bred those dogs?
Yes.
Not really, because it's genetic.
Okay.
You know
so it can still be you can
like,
fix those, but
so
they're
believe
future.
it or not, like you've seen all these cool videos of my dog.
Yeah, badass
She's
videos.
fearful. She's fearful and reactive.
Really? No shit.
Yeah.
Like scared, like skittish?
Yeah, but not in the work.
Yeah.
Like not in the training.
Huh.
So like, what I'm saying is, you can do all these things to improve on the dog's life and like kind of fix it, but like they're still gonna be who they are.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they have personality.
Yeah.
Like,
right, but you can do
an individual.
You can do so much to like make their life better, make them less scared of all these things. But like at the end of the day, it's like genetics are genetics.
Yeah.
Like we know that about humans. Like
Sure, yeah,
it's the
absolutely.
same thing.
Well, I was going to go down maybe conspiracy realm, right? But do you think humans can genetically inherit fear?
I've never really thought about that, but I can only assume so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe what separates it is like, or I wouldn't say separates it, but like the difference is we're so complex, and also people are more articulate about the things that are wrong with us. Is that it's, oh, I'm bipolar because my mom's bipolar.
Yeah. We're very conscious
You know what
of
I
who
mean?
we are.
It's
and
not
what we
necessarily fear, because I can be or I can be reactive as a person, right?
Yeah, I think we all can.
And I think I got that passed down from my dad. You know, that's
Sure.
who I am. So yeah, I mean, you could say that.
Yeah. Well, like, 'cause in my younger years, man, like, you know, I know we grew up as teenagers and stuff, but like, I left for the military when I was 18. But like, all through my early 20s, I was just an angry, pissed off young guy.
And then you get it, dude. I've dealt with anger too, and then it's like you get you revel in it.
Yeah.
And then you get addicted to it, and you don't realize it.
And then you almost get like the rush from it.
Well,
like,
and
is a
same
fight
with
gonna happen?
anxiety, too.
Yeah.
Same with anxiety. I feel like I've heard and I believe, because I deal with it, you can get like addicted to it. I think unconsciously.
Really? Like,
Not like, oh, I want to have anxiety.
yeah.
But like,
You just get stuck in a cycle.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a hard thing to beat with anger. For me, with anger, it was like learning not to be a victim. Like,
Sure.
you know, you have those days, one thing goes wrong, another thing goes wrong.
Yeah.
When the third thing goes wrong, you're like, fuck you, I hate my life, fuck you, God.
Yeah.
You
Whatever
know,
higher power
yeah.
it is, you're
Yeah.
targeting me
You know,
personally.
You feel like that?
Yeah.
And you're like being a victim, basically.
Yeah, dude.
And getting out of that cycle is super hard. Yeah.
No. Jesus, man. So do you think working with dogs has helped you a lot? Or has it made you more angry?
So this is funny. Like, I think that's a lot of the reason that people get into the industry of either being a vet tech, which I've done too, or like dog training or animal, anything related job wise, is because they're like usually an insecure. I don't need to say just insecure, but just kind of fucked up person that's like, I don't want to work with people. Yeah, things aren't going well with my life and people, so I'm going to like focus on animals.
Sure.
But what was your original question?
Well, I was just saying, like, do you think working with dogs has helped you?
Has helped me. So that's why they get into it, because they think it's going to help them, right? Yeah. And we think it's going to help us. But the ironic thing about being a dog trainer is it's like 90% dealing with humans versus like of course I
really? Because it seems so ass backwards. Because you think you're just gonna be working with like puppies and like having a good time.
Assume that. Yeah.
Jesus.
But I guess you have to teach the owner how to.
I can train the fuck out of a dog, and if I don't educate the owner,
or if they don't listen, they're not gonna. Nothing will get accomplished.
That's what frustrates me about my job. Is if my results depend on the client itself at the end of the day.
Because you can teach the dog everything they need to know, but if they go back home to the owner who doesn't do shit, then you're right back to where you start.
Yeah, so don't hire me if you're that.
If you're not going to be willing to listen.
Rise and Shine K9, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Check the description, links below.
Yeah.
It's good.
I can even help you from long distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on.
No, it's really good, man. Like, I'm actually really interested in like seeing you work with like my puppy that I got.
Yeah.
You know?
We're gonna do it for free.
So no, dude, I'll pay you, man. I support the cause, bro.
I'm gonna do it for free. I'm doing all right.
But yeah, man. So like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of cool that you've almost become like this behavioral scientist.
So
like, really,
well,
like
everything
honestly,
that you learn in dog training, which is like how they think, or like you hear people call it dog psychology or whatever the fuck. I mean, it's all relative. Like, everything that we learn about behavior in dogs is relative to humans. But with humans, it's more complex.
Absolutely, 100%.
So, yeah.
Dude, I don't know. So have you ever dealt with like service dogs?
Yeah, a little bit. Mostly people that want fake service dogs.
Yeah, it seems to be a growing
trend.
trend.
The actual service dogs I've trained, I probably got more calls, or I get people and they're like, I want my dog to be a service dog, and the first thing I ask them these days, what do you want the task to be? Because a service dog is to do something for your health. Yeah,
it's usually like, hey, I'm blind, or I'm about to have a seizure, or something like that.
And then they're like, well, I just want them into the, like, I just want them to be able to walk everywhere with me.
To wear the vest.
Yeah, to wear the, and I like, I'm in a place.
It says a lot about our society now, right? Doesn't it?
Just like, I'm in a place in my business where I can weed these people out and tell them to not tell them to fuck off, but respectfully tell them to fuck off.
Tell you to fuck off, dude.
Yeah, and that's nice.
Yeah. But stop being a cocksucker. Like, get out of
and
here.
what people don't also realize is they're like, there's no certification in the United States. All they can ask you when you walk into the store is this dog a service dog, yes or no, and then what is the task?
So you said the entire United States, there's no service.
No. So they have those fake, or they have tons of fake ones you can buy online. Like, that's why the whole, what is it called, emotional support stuff.
Emotional support.
So you get those fake certifications and stuff, which I'm all for if it's in the purpose of getting your animal fee waived in your apartment complex. Like, that's fine.
Sure.
Do that. But
no doubt.
If you're bringing your shithead dog into stores with a vest on or whatever and trying to like be like that, you're taking away from people that truly have disabilities.
Yeah.
And you're going to maybe end up getting one day them banned to not have the ability to fucking use
And I call bullshit on that, like, straight up. Like, it's like, dude, like, people actually really need this shit, man. Like, so Moses and we're both vets, man. Like, we know guys who have, like, working dogs because they need them.
Yeah, that actually benefit
And then
from
you see some random ass bitch ass Karen walking through Walmart being like, well, it's my emotional support animal, or trying to get on an airplane or a bus or whatever it may be. And it just takes away from, like, it's honest? Like stolen valor, dude.
Can I be honest? Yeah. This is going to sound like shit talking towards you.
You can say whatever you want on this podcast.
So a lot of those calls that I got that I was referring to were veterans.
No shit. Really?
They just like want their German Shepherd to like, and I get it, man.
You want your dog. You want to take care. It's part of your family.
Yeah, but like they don't. They just don't understand like the difference between their idea of service dog is just like something they need for like PTSD or whatever, like just as an accompany thing.
Yeah,
which is
absolutely
valid as fuck.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it's not like a health issue, like that they're. You know what I mean?
It's not like my dog senses when I'm having a seizure.
More gray. Yeah, exactly.
You know.
I mean, you could say you need a dog for PTSD to go into public. Maybe that is valid.
I know a couple
cases,
guys. Yeah,
but like not all, probably.
Yeah.
So
I knew some guys that worked with canines in the military that like it just makes them feel better.
Yeah,
like, they can get out of the house.
That's
but they actually worked with military working dogs.
That's why I got into it, man. My first intentions were to get dogs out of shelters and train them to be emotional support dogs because I was so ignorant about the dog industry.
Yeah.
I had just gotten into it. So like
it's super dope, man.
One of those people that are calling me. I would have probably been calling me if I knew about me now. I would have been calling myself 10 years ago looking for a job. And then myself now would have been like, you're fucking retarded. So.
No, dude, I think it's really interesting that you got into this industry, man, because we've been separated. Like, well, we've always been cool. Like, we've always been friends and stuff. But we separated for a decade and a half, like, damn near, you know, and you got one in there. All right. Like, come on, man. Give me the gay jokes. But dude, I find the realm of canine training to be so fascinating. Like, it is.
It's not though. It's very simple.
Really? Because I feel like I'm solving a Rubik's cube with my puppy, man.
Irony of that. Just what we're talking about is people come into like they invite me over for the lessons or whatever. They buy the programs for the lessons. I come in.
Yeah, sure.
People expect magic from dog training.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that.
You guys have this concept of it's like magic. People that are ignorant of it, and I don't mean that as a bad word, but people do that.
Well, ignorant as in not knowing.
They see it as magic because I can do stuff that maybe looks like magic, right? But it's all super simple. It's all so simple.
Really?
It's very fucking simple.
I don't know. Don't give away your trade craft, dude. Like you're trying to make a living here. You're promoting your business.
That's the thing.
It's hard. It's challenging.
The thing that a lot of early dog trainers or older dog trainers don't understand is you don't really lose money from giving away free info.
Really?
Yeah, because those people. I could give like all your listeners like a dog training lesson right now, and they'd still have questions after.
Yeah.
And the people that wanted the free shit weren't gonna pay in the first place.
Dude, yeah, that's another red flag when people try to Jew me down.
Yeah.
Dude, no, you're good. Jew you down.
Is that allowed?
It's allowed. Jew you down. It's a real.
I fucking almost ruined the whole episode.
Well, actually, now I like to announce I'm actually Jewish, ladies and gentlemen. No.
Oh.
Yes.
23.
I said that like, is there really a Jew in the room?
dude, you don't have to apologize, man. There's only like
I didn't know.
There's only certain things you can't say on
Jews,
YouTube.
Dude. They're hilarious. Every funny guy is Jewish, right? Mostly.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No, I'm fucking with it. But no, like, using like an offhanded comment like Jew you down, like that's totally fucking normal. No, dude, it's totally good, man. Nothing to worry about, man. But I mean, we've said way worse shit on this show. Dude, we had it. Well, okay, all right, yeah. You buckle up, buckaroo.
Retard faggot.
We had an episode where I tried to get away with saying faggot as much as I could and make it work. I got away with it.
Yeah.
It's still up. Bam! Free speech, baby. That's how you do it.
I'm gonna look like such an fucking not what I am.
No, you're totally fine, man.
Okay.
But
gay people.
dude, man. So, is there anything else you want to talk about the dog training? Because there is one big subject that I do want to get on with the school and stuff. But like, is there anything else you want to talk about with your business, Rise and Shine Canine? Like, how anything operates? Like, how can they find you? Obviously,
you can find me on my
link
website.
in the description.
Yeah, we'll have a link to the website in the description.
You can find me on my Instagram, which they'll probably link.
Yep.
And then you can just text me.
Yeah.
We'll have this man's phone number on YouTube.
So Colton Carroway is like one of the most chillest guys I know, but like, dude, he is a badass dog trainer, dude. Like, dude, I'm
gonna come.
So I'm gonna come. Let me ask you this, man. I do have a question, though. if I wanted to turn my 6-month-old German Shepherd puppy into a drug dog, could you do it?
Yeah, it's just scent work.
Okay, all right, man. Make it sound easy. Like, you know, like.
It is.
Right, let's
I
do
mean,
it.
so like they're smelling.
Can I teach her to smell?
Why do you want to do that?
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
It's like a gun. It's like better to have it and not need it than not have it and need it. You know.
You're gonna rob drug dealers.
We're not going into that shit. But like, can you teach her to smell out money?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking. Yeah. No. We're
money smells.
gonna talk. What time is this podcast over? Don't worry.
How far? What?
Oh, we're only like 25 minutes in, man. Don't worry about it. Man. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. Don't worry about it. I know you're nervous. It's okay. Yeah.
Never been nervous in my life.
No, we're good, man. We'll go for a while, man.
But
Fucking go for it. But no, you could like for real train my dog to be a drug dog. At least like to some quasi level.
Yeah, and believe it or not, the
Let's do it.
scent work would make your dog confident while you're like trying to sort out all this fearful bullshit.
No shit, really.
Yeah, scent work is like one of the most tiring things for a dog because they're mentally like stimulated.
Yeah. Like
And-
constantly like trying to like.
Well, they're smelling too, so they're
Yeah.
literally running
Yeah.
out of breath. And they're like having to think. Having to think is gonna wear a dog out more than anything. Type
No
of physical
shit.
exercise.
So basically,
I've-
give it a job.
Yeah. Well, that's not. Yeah, but yeah, doing that is like a great step in the right direction.
No shit.
Yeah.
Damn. So one last question, man. I just want to touch on the dogs like a little bit more, dude. Now I'm being a little selfish here, but
dude.
chewing,
Yeah.
furniture,
They're 6
sideboard.
months old.
Yeah,
So
German Shepherd.
you got to think about it like this.
Because I got a
You
ton
are-
of toys and bones.
That's another fuck up. You only want one.
No shit.
Giving them a plethora of toys is gonna make them not give a fuck about toys because. So I compare it to people that free feed their dogs. So like, don't ever free feed.
What do
your
you
dog.
mean by free feed?
People that
your
leave
dog?
the food out in the bowl like 24/7.
Okay, so I do that too.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You gotta stop doing that.
Dude, I feel like such a piece of shit talking to
No,
you. Like,
you're not.
and I love my dog. I
Almost
take
grab
care
your
of
hand. I was like, no, you're not. No. So free feeding a dog, what's either gonna happen is they're gonna get underweight or overweight over time.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I keep feeding this bitch, and she does not gain a pound,
That's-
dude.
Well, what you need to do is look on the back of the bag of whatever dog food that you're feeding. Compare it to the weight. It'll tell you how much they need per day. If you want to feed them twice a day, feed them twice a day. If you want to do it once a day. But if you're going to do it twice a day, divide that in half. Feed them their breakfast. Whatever they don't eat after 10 minutes goes back in the bag. In a matter of days, your dog is going to be eating up everything that...
Yeah.
Because they learn they have a 10-minute window.
Brother, I fed my dog a slice of Domino's last night.
I mean, I do that shit too. My dog's like 9 and trained and like retired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and
They
there's
earned
nothing
it.
wrong. You're not gonna kill your dog with feeding him pizza, but if you want to work on training, you need a motivator, and the easiest motivator is food.
Yeah. But you want to eat? Yeah. So, I don't know, man.
You want to eat?
Like, I don't know. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
It's like what?
It's like that.
Food, sex. I mean, what are the basic needs?
No,
Like
I
food,
mean-
sex, like
You mean of dogs?
just mammals in general. Like, you know? Like, yeah. Dude.
No, yeah, resources.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just like
controlling the resources. Yeah.
yeah, dude. I feel like you're a hardcore dictator.
Really?
No, I'm just fucking
Oh,
with
like
you.
with the dogs?
Yeah, with the dogs.
I mean, people would probably see it that way, but it's really just simple. People don't treat dogs like they used to treat dogs, like in the 70s, in the 80s.
Because I treat mine like a
Because
baby.
remember when dogs were dogs? And
Yeah,
they-
it was like, yo, it's
they were
fucking-
not problem dogs.
Yeah.
Now there's problem dogs because we treat them like humans.
Same with kids.
That's my problem.
We baby them too
Yeah.
much.
I give mine a
And
personality.
then when you baby a fearful dog,
yeah.
you're feeding the insecurity.
Really? Colton,
Yeah.
at fucking Rise and Shine Canine, dude. Once again, check the description. The links are below.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking have you come and iron this shit out, man. Like, yeah.
I'm going to do it for free.
Dude. Because it's like, I love my dog, man.
Yeah.
It's my baby.
You love him too much, maybe.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
Imagine me. This is my job. You think my job is working with dogs? My job is like breaking the people that they dogs.
It's really working with the people.
It's like being like
yeah.
It's like therapying people into like learning how to have a good relationship with their dog.
Yeah.
It's just difficult.
I think what you're doing is great work, man. For sure.
I tried. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I 100% like it, man. And the videos have been amazing. Like everything I've seen. Yeah. And I think you've done a lot of great work for people, man. But you ready to get on to our next subject?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you guys? I'm gonna go pee, and then you guys like talk shit about it.
Okay. All right, man. Yeah, we gotta take a wicked piss break, dude.
Wicked?
Yeah, wicked.
Absolutely wicked.
Wicked hanging out. And I threw a dip in, dude. So yeah, dude. I never dip on the show, dude. So like, here we are, dude.
Here we are.
Like cheers. Uncharted territory, man. Cheers. Wow. My drink's down there. Right, whatever. Don't make it weird. But dude, Colton, like your story with the dogs, man, is amazing. I'm glad you got into it. Like it's such a unique thing that most people never really think about, you know?
I used to think of it as a silly job, and it still kind of is. It's like, you're a dog trainer.
Sure.
But like,
until I see your videos, and I'm like, that motherfucker is a dog trainer.
Dude, like a couple of weeks ago, I mean, I had a dog literally try to fucking eat my ass, and then like the second lesson, we have him walking on a leash.
Wait, when you say literally eat your ass?
No, not sexually, just like try to fucking. You know what I mean?
I like how you know exactly where I was going. I was like, wait, hold on, dude, it's 2025.
My ass if I would've.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with the dogs or anything.
I'm glad you clarified.
That's not a part of it.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a little bit more about the dogs, just a little bit before we get on to our next subject, man. Do you feel like the dogs like truly have individual personalities? Like they're almost like they're people?
100%. In the sense of training methodologies, like you can be a trainer that has this strict methodology in the sense you're going to do everything the same with every dog.
Yeah.
You're going to fail because they're all different like we are.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
It's like the way I talk to Moses is not the way I talk to you.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, and it's all communication. Dog training literally is just strictly, like if you wanted to make it simple, it's communication between owner and dog. And they don't speak English, right? So when we go, fuck! Or, no!
They
like,
just see us being
know.
angry and like agitated
they don't know.
and freaked out.
They don't know.
They're like flight or fight.
You gotta speak their language, which is classical conditioning, using a clicker. You know, you guys are...
Nah, dog. I just give my dog like toys. I mean, I'm all for it.
If you wanna.
Yeah. Dude, my dog has like 20 like little stuffed animal toys.
You gotta throw them all away.
Are you serious?
Except one. Yeah. Yes.
So like just
those stupid stuffed animal things are like a fucking liability because you got a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
They're gonna eat that shit, and then you're gonna have a $3,000 vet surgery. Yeah.
Sorry, man. It's my baby, dude. I'm just taking care of it.
I'm here to help, but I have to be harsh with people sometimes.
Yeah, dude. Tell me. I can take the brutal truth, dude.
I know you can. and it's free, so.
Thanks.
I don't have to worry about a bad review.
Rise and Shine Canine. Once again, in the description, there's a link. Like, if you got a dog that has some bad behavior, dude, get Colton on the case, man. He can call you anywhere in the country. He can deal with this shit. He can get your dog lined out for you, man.
If you're willing to listen.
If you're not, then fucking do not call me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, so there's another serious topic, man, that I really wanted to bring you on. Like, serious? I think it's serious. I think it's serious. Because once I heard this story, I was like, what the fuck? This shit blew my mind. Yeah. So there is a documentary on Netflix called The Program. And it's about a behavior modification school, like reform school for young adults. And Colton went to that school, and holy shit, when I watched that, I was like...
You did watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
How did you know, just since we've been friends on Facebook, and then I posted
Well, we've been friends since we were kids, but yeah, you posted a picture on Facebook that proved you were... Yeah, so he posted pictures on his personal Facebook that proved he went to that school, and I was like... And the first thing Moses and I talked about, we were like, we need to have this guy on.
Really?
Yeah. You don't even. Yeah.
So
This is news to you. Yeah, this is like 6 months ago.
Are you sure?
Or well, like
Whenever that was
when
a
it
thing.
came out, like a couple months ago, and I decided against it because it might be too much to talk about for you. Like I was just trying to be respectful.
Oh, I thought you meant it would be too much for the show.
No, not at all.
No. We say shit like cocksucker, faggot.
That's very kind of you to consider that.
Yeah.
But no, I'm happy to talk about it.
Yeah, man, and dude, I don't even know how to begin to unpack this story.
I was going to
For
say,
people who have no idea what we're even talking about.
You should probably, or should I? Give them the gist from what you learned.
Moses, you want to take the lead on this, man? Like, just go ahead and explain a little bit.
I haven't seen all of it. I was just going to ask you personal questions about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, basically, how old were you?
16.
I tell you what, man. Let me go ahead and explain a little bit of backstory of what this actually is.
Okay.
And then
I think people need
go
to
on with your
understand what
questions.
this
Yeah.
is.
Okay, so this is back in the 90s and the early 2000s. It was a popular thing to, if you had a troubled teen, to send them away to a camp or a school to iron out their behavior. You're like, oh, I don't like whatever it is they're doing. I can't handle this person. I'm going to deal with this. And these are off the charts, crazy ass schools. Now, I'm not saying they're all bad, but oh my God.
And on paper, they look good.
They're all bad.
They look good. They're sold as like, this will help. Like,
it's usually a religious
I've
affiliation.
seen being sold in process. Like, I would be there, and they had like 2-way mirrors where potential clients, you could call them. Like, the parents would be watching us, and they would have us all on our P's and Q's. Yeah.
But so these schools, man, they basically reform schools to change the behavior of a human being. And they're typically done like out in the middle of nowhere where there's no governments involved. And it's a free for all.
Nowhere to run.
Nowhere to run. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a big fence.
And so, Colton, I just want you to tell the story, man. Like,
how did it
start? Start at square one, man. Like,
so I was fucking up as a kid.
Well, what do you call fucking up?
Smoking weed,
just doing regular
doing kid
bullshit
stuff, 16-year-old bullshit.
Yeah.
But
being in places you shouldn't be, like staying out late, shit like that. Yeah, I know a little bit. Like, we changed the names to protect the innocent.
But I was dating a girl that was older than me. She was like 18. She was a senior and I was a sophomore, I think.
Sure,
And,
not too crazy. Like that's pretty normal.
No, that's not the problem. But our parents, like her parents hated her. Or me, and my parents hated her.
Yeah.
And then we got to a point where we thought we were going to run away to Mexico.
Oh, sorry. All right, hold on. All right.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm dipping on this show is because the story is so fucking crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Like, so you are a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, in love and stupid.
Love and stupid.
So it's
We've all
not
been there.
necessarily like the fucking up, the weed and the dumb shit that was the...
But you were like, hey, fuck it, I'm booking it to Mexico.
Yeah, we're going to run away to Mexico because our parents won't let us be together.
Some real Romeo and Juliet shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of commendable, actually. Honestly.
Yeah, it's very stupid.
You still talk to her?
We met up like 10 years after that all that happened, and it was kind of messy.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
And
we'll
we
get
can
on.
touch
We'll get
on
on
that
that. We'll
later.
get on that. Yeah.
He had a kid, and I
Yeah.
was not ready to be in a relationship because I hadn't had kids yet.
But it wasn't.
somebody
But
that
it
had a
wasn't
kid.
yours. It wasn't your kid though.
No.
Okay, I got you.
And I was not ready for that. Either,
Okay.
for
So let's get back to square one, man.
Square one.
So you're
So-
a fucking kid.
So we make this decision, and then what like the day that night that we were planning on running off or whatever. I made a few calls to my friends, like, and then mostly just voicemails like, "Hey, I love you, man. I'm running away to Mexico with my girlfriend." And
Say
one
la
of them
vie,
told
dude.
their mom, and like they called my mom, and then I was like, my parents were like,
What the fuck?
You're not going.
yeah, they had their eyes on me,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "What do I do?"
Yeah.
And then they took me out to my grandparents, and I was there for a couple days. And then one morning, I wake up at like 6 in the morning, and 2 dudes walk into my room, and they're like, "Where did you take you to this fucking school?"
So you
Wow.
essentially basically get
It's
kidnapped.
It's child trafficking. Is what
And
they-
you had no idea that this was going to happen.
So
No,
your exact words were you would call it child trafficking.
Yeah, that's what they call the guys. So there's a market.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
his job title.
No, there's a market for that job position for those schools.
Oh, like they need
It's
someone to
being-
go get the kids.
Yes, and these dudes are usually like, I mean, you can compare them to like bounty hunters. That's basically kind of what they
Damn.
do. You know what I mean? They go
Jesus
fucking take the
Christ.
kid, put them in a van. I mean, they. I was like, can I get dressed or can I take a shower? I asked, and they said no. So I got dressed, and they put my in the fucking plastic.
Yeah, the little zip
Yeah,
tie
like,
things.
and they
They
walked me out
zipped
to a
away.
van.
Hold on. Let's back up. They zip tied you.
Yeah.
And you're a minor.
Handcuffed
Yeah,
you
16
as a
years
child.
old. Yeah. Yeah. And most of these 16,
Men who are not
most
law
of these
enforcement.
kids get brought there at 12, 13 and stuff.
Jesus Christ.
But
man.
They're not, yeah.
But
they're
your
not.
parents gave them
They
consent to do
consent.
that, so that was why it was
Correct.
legal.
So that brings on like a good question. Like, where
Because
does
these parents are like, whatever the fuck is gonna say,
Yeah,
my kid.
yeah.
You know.
well, because that brings on a good question, man. Like, where does the line for consent? Where is that drawn? You know, at what age can you be like, no?
I guess well, okay, here's
18?
the thing,
What?
at
Because
that-
the state
at that
says
place,
18?
Okay, so
But
they have
when
a
shit like
program.
this-
They have a program that you have to work through the whole school
Mm-hmm.
when you get there. And if you turn 18 before you're done, you have the option to take a bus pass to your hometown.
To
That's
just
all
get
they give
back out
you.
of
Jesus
That's all they
Christ.
give you.
So you're sitting in the house in the middle of the night, and then
Yeah, it was
basically,
like 6 in the morning, yeah. And they come
basically
in.
SEAL Team 6 comes in.
Yeah, two fucking dudes, and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're like intimidating you. They're
Very
like yelling. Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Are they like? Are they?
But no, and then they try to be
Are they
cool with you.
derogatory? Like, are they like?
They're
"Fuck you"?
intimidating it because they don't know what they're dealing with, probably,
Sure,
too.
sure.
They have to approach it in a way, probably, where, like, they don't know if this kid's going to be a pussy and just give in or if they're going to
You have
fucking
to
take
fight.
off running or,
Yeah.
or fight or whatever. You know? Yeah. So they probably have, I mean, I'm not, like, being okay with their job, but I'm just
But it is their
imagining
job,
how
right.
they're
Okay,
approaching
I
it,
get that, yeah.
right? Yeah.
Now, are these people that were in this type of program, like, were they already indoctrinated into the system, or are they just
So
outsiders?
half of those people that were there with me were like court ordered that like were lucky enough to probably be rich enough and have a lawyer that got them out of like kid prison. And then the other half were people like me that like had parents that were just concerned.
Sure.
I guess.
Sure.
You know, and that varied too. Like there was a kid that was in there that was just like, why the fuck did his parents send him here? He was just like the greatest guy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like, yeah.
So you
There
met
was,
like
a
really
mix
good
of-
kids in there that were
really
just
bad.
like,
And the kids that were quote unquote really bad were not bad people. It's like
They're
we're
just
all
doing stupid
kids.
shit.
They're just
Yeah.
kids.
yeah, like
yeah.
fucking up. Like one of my best friends there was one of those people that was supposed to go to kid prison or whatever, TYC I think they call it.
Yeah,
And,
TYC, yeah.
he was like robbing people and stuff, but he was like a genuinely nice kid.
yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't know, man. So like,
but yeah.
so they come in the middle of the night and they zip
Put me-
tie you.
yeah,
So what
and they
happens
walk-
from there?
They walk me out of the house. My family saying they're my grandparents, my mom, and they're all crying. And I'm like,
See you
fuck
later."
you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Obviously, because
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Yeah.
And put me in
Rightfully
the
so.
fucking van.
Yeah.
In like a white van. Like, it's like fucking like a
Jeez.
kidnapping. Like,
So they're literally kidnappers.
In a way, dude, I mean, that's how they refer to them. Like, the people that, there's a lot of Facebook groups, like, support groups from people, like, that are
Jesus Christ.
from this
man.
situation. Yeah, it's, like, referred to like that.
Okay,
And it makes
so
sense.
you get kidnapped in the middle
Put
of
in
the
the
night, you
van.
get put in a
They
van.
let you smoke cigarettes to try to be cool with
Like
you.
Dr.
They're like,
Bounty.
you want a ciggy? You want a
It's
ciggy,
like
man?"
good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Like really, like just
then-
a whole mind fuck.
Yeah, and it was like a 4
And you're a
5 hour-
kid, you don't know who you can trust, who you can't, like all this
No,
other
they're
shit.
like, we're taking you to school in Louisiana. And I'm thinking like women. Like immediately, I'm just thinking like, there's probably going to be pussy there. You know, I'm a kid. I'm like 16.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to meet some girls there. I'm going to be there for a few weeks. I was there for 8 months and a day. And that's like
8 months of your life, like consistently
Yeah.
every single day, you were
100%,
there
yeah.
100% of the
Yeah.
time.
I didn't talk to my mom on the phone for the first 3 months. It was only letters, which were edited because we could only do it on the computer.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they would
Whoa.
vet it and see what you were
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah, so they would.
You literally were in prison.
Almost worse because it's like a weird cult. I don't know if you remember the part of the Netflix special that all these places are based on that 70s cult of like that
Yep.
crazy behavior thing where
Yeah.
they would like just like belittle people to try to like
Yeah,
fix their
yeah,
behavior
yeah.
issues.
Motivate
So
them.
it's like
Yeah.
really like deep and weird and culty. So like, okay, yeah. Let's skip the part, or let's get to how the program works. I guess you could say.
Okay. Yeah. So you're in the van. You're day one,
yeah,
like
and they
dealing
drop me
with.
off, and those people are gone forever. Whatever. There's 6 levels in the sense of the program, and you get to the 6th level and you can graduate. You have like a point system every day, and then like anything you fuck up, like we had to walk in like line structure every day, like in the military. Did you have to do that?
Yeah. Moses and I were both in the military.
So we all had to walk in line structure and like do the 90s, you know. Like the 90s. Like when you
turn hills, all that shit.
Yeah, we had to do all that stuff. And if you fuck any of those stuff up, you're like minus 5 points, and you only get 15 for the day.
Yeah, they
so
just
to
made us do
graduate
push-ups.
throughout of the program, you need points to get to the next level.
Okay.
And so there's that aspect, and then there's the aspect of you can do all the points right, but you have to pass these seminars. And these seminars were like super culty, like it was the only time we ever saw the girls too. Like the girls it was completely separate.
Yeah.
Boys side, girls side. But in the seminars, which were like every 3 months, you would see the girls were in there. But the seminars were like this dude like putting on a fucking like Tony Robbins type of thing. But also they make you do like humiliating and embarrassing shit.
Okay. Like as a group?
In front of everybody.
So and target an individual in front of everyone kind of thing.
Well, they make you do humiliating stuff, and then like they would also put us in smaller groups, and you had to like share like some traumatic thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would just make up stuff to try to. But the point being about these seminars, not everybody passed, and it was a known fact that not everybody passed. So if you weren't being quote unquote vulnerable enough, you're out of there, and then you have to restart to get out of the program.
Jesus
Christ!
Like,
you see what I'm saying?
So and you can be in perpetuity, like forever.
And they make your parents go through the same seminars, not with you, but in a separate. So it's like
really
this culty, yeah.
Dog.
And I think I made it to like the 3rd level at one point, and then I got caught. So like a lot of the kids there took meds, obviously.
Sure, I would imagine. Like
they were on
the
meds.
pharmacy was very busy. Like
a lot of people would cheat their meds, which is like hiding it and then like giving it to somebody. So I got caught taking some other kid's Adderall. So when you get caught for like a serious offense like that, you lose everything and go back to 0.
Damn.
So how many times has that happened to you?
I think 2 times, but the most
Jesus
time was at the 3rd level.
So like how long had it taken you to get to that point before you got
5 months maybe?
Jesus.
4 months, yeah.
So then at that point 4 to 5 months was just all for nothing. You had to restart the entire thing.
100%,
wow.
Yeah. And then
good God, man.
No, but so here's another funny thing. So there's 6 levels like I talk about.
I don't know if it's funny, dude.
So when you kept asking me, are you sure you're okay with talking about this and stuff? It's because I don't think I've really like processed it.
Yeah.
Like,
so for the viewers that know, like we interview anyone we bring on the show beforehand to make sure what can we talk about, what can we not talk about, because people have jobs and they have things and like whatever, and some things they just don't feel comfortable talking about. And so we vetted Colton and we talked about it, like, hey, what are you cool? Yeah, I mean, it's what it is. Yeah. But like, Jesus Christ, man. So
okay, yeah. So
yeah, tell your story, man. I'm not trying to.
So when you get to level 4, okay, so line structure, for example. When you get to level 4, okay, I have to back up a little bit for this to make sense too.
Yeah. No, we're just listening to your story, man.
So there's like groups of there was probably like 6 different groups of like 20 to 30 people, and it's like a classroom of people that you're like in. They called it families of like all the different kids.
Yeah, that sounds like a cult.
Right. And then we would have, but what I'm going to do, we would have a person that watched us every day. Like every day we would wake up, go do exercise stuff. I think we only got to go outside for an hour a day. But this is they call it the chaperone. They're like your teacher in school, right?
Yeah.
They take you. We would do school on the computer, or sharing stuff, which is like AA meetings, basically, stuff like that. But what I'm getting at is when you make it to level 4, you don't have to walk in line structure anymore. You basically become a snitch. So you're like telling the chaperone, this guy broke line structure. So like levels 4 through 6, you have to like kiss ass even more. And like become a snitch, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Jesus.
So was there uniforms? Like
Yeah.
okay,
I wore a
figured
suit and
so.
tie every day.
Oh, a suit and tie?
Not a suit and tie, but like a fucking, like a nice shirt and a tie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think on weekends.
I saw his
we'd wear
graduation
polos.
photo, man.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ. Or like at least a photo that you shared, like you were wearing like a white shirt
Yeah.
and like a black tie.
So like you would picture like a Mormon person like
So funny enough, a Mormon owned and ran
really
this place and multiple other places.
No
The
shit.
owner of the place, yeah. And this place has been since I think it was 2012 they shut it down for corruption. But fuck yeah. I mean, I didn't even. So I made it to level 4.
Yeah.
And when you make it to level 4, you get to go on an outing with like your family for the day.
Yeah, put
and
you
then
back
you get
out
like
in the
an
wild.
overnight. And then my mom really started to figure out like this place is fucked up. Like this feels off because you have a family representative that keeps in touch with your family.
They have to.
And they're like your middleman between you and your family. And like I said, when it comes to keeping in touch with your family, it's all edited through.
Jesus Christ.
Right. And I like I said before too, I only talked to my mom for the first time after 3 months of being there on the phone. That was my first time to be like, help me! And your family representative is sitting there right there.
Yeah,
you're on the phone.
What's
like,
crazy
waiting for you to,
is,
and they'll just fucking hang it up.
Damn.
If you really want to think about it, what's crazy, like drug traffickers and child rapists have more rights than you had.
That's what I'm saying. When you talked about kid prison, or I used to call it that. It was like kid prison, but like it's worse.
It's worse.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. So I don't even know where to like start to like unpack it, man. Because
I know it is
it's such an amazing story.
No, but my mom started to figure out.
So what? Well, yeah, like what was the catalyst to her figuring out? Holy shit, I made a mistake.
I would love to ask her that question. I think it was just a lot of like the whole time she probably had a bad feeling.
Like I was gonna say, like
my stepdad financed it, so it really wasn't her thing. And he was from Louisiana, and that's where I was too. So it was like, and me and him were like butting heads. Obviously, at the time. Yeah. So yeah.
So he was probably like, he's fine.
Well, he was just trying to get me the fuck out of the house too. I mean,
yeah.
I don't blame him. In a way, I don't blame him. Like, yeah, but
problem kid, like
like why wouldn't you if you're this stepdad? Get the fucking kid out of here. but
not saying it's right. Like I get it.
No, yeah. But my mom finally just pulled me at 8 months, and then I counted to the day.
So when you look back on it, like as a person and with your family, do you think it was good for you? Does she regret it, or?
That's very gray, because they kicked me. I got home and they kicked me out of the house 2 weeks later for smoking weed again. Yeah. So.
Which is funny because it's pretty much damn near
quote unquote why they kicked me there, because I was trying to run away in Mexico.
You can go 2 miles down the road and buy Delta fucking 9 right now, or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like all that stupid shit. You know. But Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
So what was the food like?
Awful, dude. I mean, like prison
slop,
food,
like
kind of,
okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they
you had to eat 80% of your meal every time.
They force
you didn't.
You got so there was a place there that it was like solitary. You would have to go there.
Damn.
It was like the white.
No.
Yeah, and people would be in there for months, like sleeping on a mattress.
Jesus.
Kids.
Yeah, kids. Yeah. And I mean, these people speak about sexual and physical abuse. I never experienced that from like a.
That's one thing I did want to ask.
I never experienced that from like my own personal experience.
Either sexual or physical.
Neither one. Well,
really?
Yeah, but I know that there is stories of. So I'm just lucky enough to probably not have to deal with that.
Sure.
I will say this: we were all a bunch of group of shitheads that at night we all had so you got a room here, 4 guys, 2 bunk beds, room here, same thing, and then like a bathroom, and then there's like hallways. Sure. And then at night, for fun, people would like sneak out and go into other people's rooms and just fucking hit people in the face while they were sleeping.
It sounds very much similar to the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was like, yeah.
I would assume you would have a lot of pent up anger.
Oh yeah.
Pissed off
Oh dude, the time that I talked about getting dropped or whatever for the Adderall thing, the kid that snitched on me, he was like 13 years old. I took his fucking head and just up against like cement because that's what all the. I mean,
So how many? So I know from like the instructors or the people that ran the program, you didn't experience any sexual or physical violence from. But how often was violence between you and the other people?
I mean, there were fights and stuff, but like it wasn't like even the punching each other in the face in the middle of the night was more of a joke thing. Like it wasn't like prison. You think of like prison, like
yeah,
beef.
you gotta be the hardest, biggest, baddest.
It wasn't like out of anger. It was just out of something else, like something to do.
Yeah, just a bunch of fucking dumb kids. You know what I mean?
So what were the punishments besides going to like the solitary? Like what would they do? Just
So
on
the
spot
biggest
type
punishment
shit?
or the thing that they threaten you with the most, because it's like you get to a point like if you're stuck in that solitary room, like what else can you do to me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a kid,
You can kill
they
me.
can send you to Jamaica. This place called
Jesus Christ!
This place, it's the same program, but it's called Tranquility Bay, and there's no child labor laws. There's no child labor laws.
Oh.
So you become a slave.
Yeah.
Holy
that
shit.
was like the big thing.
And it was legit. It was in Jamaica.
There's a documentary about that place specifically.
Jesus Christ, Colton.
So that was like the big threat. If you ruin things at this school,
you were going
we'll
to
convince
Jamaica.
your parents to send you
to Jamaica.
to
To a labor camp.
to beat rocks for a living.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah.
You know, the only difference between that and the Holocaust is there's no gas chambers, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's really fucked up.
Yeah. So let me ask you, man, like, well, first of all, Moses, is there any more questions you want to ask Colton before we move on to like the next phase of this?
Of this
Situation? Talk about the program and all that shit.
No, not right now.
Okay, all right. Well, man, so I want to ask you, man, like, because you and I have been friends for a long time, dude, right? So
I gotta piss again.
You gotta piss again? Okay, all right, yeah. But man, like, your story is really incredible, and dealing with that at such a young age, man, I could not imagine what that does to someone psychologically. So one thing I do want to ask, do you feel that your experiences with the program affect you now as an adult?
Oddly enough, I really don't. And ironically, if I were to go to therapy, they would be like, actually,
yeah.
But I don't feel like that.
Really?
And it's probably because it's just I just push it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I do the man thing and
you push it down. Push it down. We don't cry here.
Absolutely.
So one thing I do want to bring up, man, is because you and I have been friends for a long time, and we recently got connected again, and I've seen you on Facebook, dude. You're a dad now. Like, you have kids. And so, dude, like, I just got to plug it, man. Like, you're a great dad. Like, we grew up skateboarding together and stuff, and I see you. Colton takes his kids out to skateboard. Like, I mean, he's pumping them up and stuff. Like, everything I see, man, dude, you are like the perfect dad. And there's a big part of me that wishes.
People say that. Many
Yeah.
people say that, and I'm like, you don't see, like, it's because I post stuff on social media, and people are like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But like, people don't see it when I get frustrated with my kids. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man, we're all human, but like, I'm telling you that.
I try my best.
Dude. I think
That's all
you're
you can
doing a
do.
great job, man.
That's all you can do is try your best.
You know, and the fact that your kids are into skateboarding like we were.
Yeah.
Growing up, that's even cooler, man.
I mean, yeah, it's because of me.
Yeah,
they didn't choose that life. But
so you got two kids now, right?
Yeah,
you got
I have
son
Caroline that's 5 and Levi that's 7.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and they're both going to Central.
Yeah. No shit. Okay. All right. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. So when you look back on your experiences in the program, is there ever, if they became, say, problem children, are you just like, I know it's an easy question.
Never, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that I've found, you just kind of talk to them. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think that maybe our parents didn't really understand that. Yeah. But, like, there's a way to just sit down and just level with kids. Like,
yeah, it's not hard.
Yeah.
I got nieces
I cannot speak on like what it's like to deal with a 15 or 16-year-old because I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet, yeah.
Like that's probably like I truly have no like room to fucking give advice or speak on that. But I think that there is still something to say about like what I was saying. It's like leveling and setting them up for success when they're my kids' age.
Sure, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's tough. But no, fuck no, I've never sent them. School. My kids in one of those schools.
There's an obvious answer there.
Yeah. But, I mean, I hope I don't ever feel like
have
It's
to.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Dude, being a parent, there's movies I can't even watch now. Like, if I know that something fucked up is going to happen to a kid in the movie, and I love movies.
Bingo.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's something that happens to you, and there, like, I know people with, like, piece of shit, like, baby daddies or whatever, like, they don't give a fuck about their kids, and it's like something happens to you when you have it, and it's like this thing that I cannot help. I didn't want to be a dad. I never liked kids. Yeah. Like, it just happened. Both of them just happened. And I love being a dad.
So one of my favorite quotes is actually by Dave Chappelle, the comedian.
Yeah.
He said, having kids changed his capacity for love.
Yeah.
Like, you start to, like, really understand the world.
I'm literally
a lot
goosebumps.
more.
Yeah.
You're good, man.
I swear to God, like, it's you love them so much. Like, and then being a co-parent, like, that's a whole other conversation. Because that's been my experience as a parent since the get-go, really.
Yeah.
And that if I didn't have that, honestly, like, you see a lot of dads, like, never change diapers and stuff like that. You know, just kind of make their wife.
Yeah, it was an old school thing.
Yeah,
like, I mean, it was a real thing. Like, when I grew up, that's how it was, man.
Yeah.
It was just like...
I would have probably been that way had I not had to be a co-parent. But, like, having to do everything yourself makes you such more of a better parent because you're just, like, present.
Do you think your experiences in the program alter how you are as a father now? Like, in a sense, I guess what I'm asking is, does it make you a better father?
It goes back to the same thing as, like, it's so clocked out of my head.
Really?
Like, it only comes into my head, like, it didn't come into my head forever until that fucking documentary came out. And then, like, us talking about it. Like, I can talk about it. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But, like, it's not really something that I think about. And I think that must be only because it was so traumatic that... It's like
what you're describing
stuff for, like... But
what you're
not
describing...
as bad, obviously, than, like, war.
What you're
I mean,
you can argue... be a child and
it doesn't need to be compared. Yeah. But,
you know, I mean, I've seen guys with, like, limbs blown off and shit before.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't.
But I was a grown man dealing with that.
That's true. But that's still, like, fucking...
Yeah. It took me a long time to get over it, man.
So you've seen that?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude,
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. I've seen guys on ventilators getting life flighted out, like the whole 9
man,
yards.
you talk about my story. Like, I cannot imagine.
Well, I mean, I like to think that I arguably had a pretty good childhood for the most part.
Right. And that's great, but, like, you still saw limbs being blown off.
But I was an adult and I chose to go do that.
That's fair, too. But, like, fuck, that's very... I mean...
Now, I was a dumbass kid. I didn't know what I was doing.
See, we're still kids when we're 20. That's what we're talking about, too.
That's my biggest argument with
all this shit. And then the whole
shit.
being a man conversation. Like, that... Yeah.
So, you feel that, like, now, like, that's one thing you focus on is being a man now.
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you?
Does that mean to me?
Like,
yeah.
Not trying to put you on the spot too much, man.
I would love to talk about it. So I used to think that being a man, like when I lived out in California with all those guys and stuff, I used to think that being a man was like having money, being an asshole. Because I didn't have really any solid father figures in my life, really.
Sure. Yeah.
They were there, but like...
That's one thing you and I can relate on,
Yeah, the relationships were not... like your typical.
Yeah. It's like I had a dad, but he wasn't around a lot.
Yeah, so like being a man to me is being kind, understanding, because everybody thinks that being a man is just like being a hard ass.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's a fool's dream.
Yeah. So like to me, because my grandpa was this way.
Mm-hmm.
He was so like kind and understanding and funny.
Patient.
And patient.
Yeah.
Patient. Dude.
Big one.
Because, dude, I say people like viewing this right now probably think, oh, this guy is like a great dad and all this stuff. Dude, I struggle with anger and I struggle with frustration.
Sure.
I struggle with all this shit that I'm talking about that not being a man is that I used to think it was.
Yeah. But I'll hit you with some truths right now, Colton.
Yeah.
Those guys you idolize, right?
Yeah.
I think
they're still doing the same shit. And
they struggle. They struggle with the same shit.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm talking about those guys I idolized were not good men. Yeah. They weren't men. I used to think of them as men,
Like your grandfather?
But they weren't doing
No,
shit.
like guys I used to work for. And
Oh,
stuff
I was talking
Like-
about
like-
the people you were really talking up, man.
Oh, like my grandpa?
Yeah, I was saying
Yeah.
like even though they seem like for lack of better words,
Oh, they struggle.
perfect, but
Yeah,
they
didn't-
struggle
they
because they're
made
human.
choices.
Yes,
They made
yeah,
choices.
It's up here.
dude. Yeah, and you're battling with that constantly. And the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah.
But to me, being a man is just being patient, kind, understanding, and providing.
Yeah, big ones providing.
That's one of those ones that is like the opposite of like the spectrum. Like you still need to be a provider. You still need to be a man and not be a pussy.
You got
I'm not
bills.
telling you people to be a pussy, but like
Can't.
people think that being anything other than being this crazy angry man is being a pussy, and that's not the case.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. There's a lot of gray area in between there.
Yeah.
Man. You know?
It's just being decent.
Yeah.
being as good of a father as you can, and just being nice human.
Yeah.
Like people that still have anger issues at our age in their 30s are boys.
Yes.
Yeah,
leave
they
it
still
at
haven't grown up.
I call
I'll
them
leave it
man.
at
I
that.
call them man child.
They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
No.
really all it is. It's
Mhm.
like, and when you're younger and growing up, you see people act like that, and you think that that's.
So tell you something about me, man. So I do drink frequently, right? And the thing is, now I only drink at restaurants. I don't go to bars because they're man childs.
Yeah,
They're
you're gonna run
dealing-
into, and you're a
Uh-huh.
military guy, so you're not gonna.
yeah, and
Yeah.
dude, so I just avoid it at all costs, man. I
Yeah.
see it all the time, and it'll be guys in their 40s,
Yeah.
like just being
Dude,
angry.
I haven't been to a bar in. Yeah, because I know.
Well, shit, what are you doing later?
Not even, it's not even about fighting. It's
Yeah.
just like I'm just gonna get myself. I'm gonna get a DWI.
Yeah.
Something stupid.
Yeah.
Something's not good is gonna happen.
Yeah, dude, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to ask Colton, man?
I think I'm good, man.
I think you
Yeah.
both are men, so I don't think
Dude.
I don't think you have anything to learn from me as far as being a man.
Yeah.
But
Now, dog training is another story.
Yeah, that's a fucking... Yeah, raising kids is easy, right? Dog training.
raising kids is not easy. It's hard.
Yeah.
But,
But dude, man, like I love you, man. Like you're a great father from everything I've seen, dude. Like there needs to be more men like you in the world, dude. And you have an amazing story, and you need to share.
it's like I'm actually a piece of shit. That's stuff I need to go to therapy for. I guess they
Yeah.
would say.
Nah, take it.
Yeah.
Take it for what it's worth.
It
man.
feels like imposter syndrome. I dealt
Sure.
with that a lot as a dog trainer.
Yeah.
Do you know? You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
I know
about?
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Like
so when
I got the
people
job that I
compliment me,
lied
I'm
on my
like,
resume
man.
for. You know,
You
like
feel
you
like
know.
a fraud.
Yeah.
Or you feel like you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah. But the reality is, guys who feel that way are typically the guys who do deserve it.
Yeah. Because if you're an entitled asshole, you're normally not nearly as good as you think you are.
Yeah. So you're a great dad, man. You have an amazing story, dude. And Colton, anytime you want to come on and plug your business, man, you want to talk about your past, man, you're always more than welcome, man. But we're gonna wrap this up, dude.
All right.
Cool.
You're
All
kicking me
right.
out?
What's up?
Kicking me out.
Yeah, I guess we gotta kick you out at some point, man. You can't stay here 16 hours. You know. But guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Dumpster Diaries Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Justin Allen. I'm here with Moses Wartooth, and we had our guest, Colton Carroway. Check the description below. The link is in there. If you got dog problems, my man will help you out, dude. But dude, also, fuck it. Buy another fucking card game, dude. It's up there. Anyway, man, thanks for coming out, brother.
It's been
All right,
fun.
cool. All right, thanks, guys.